Have you ever wondered why you should use whole life insurance policies to buy real estate? Well, here's why. If you're similar to how I used to be, I used to keep my savings in a savings account, in which I'm sure you can probably guess the interest rate you're making on that, maybe 0.02% interest. So you're getting pennies, small amounts of return on your money investing in that savings account, because it's low-key an investment account. It's liquid, but it's an investment account. So by doing that, you're missing out on a ton of benefits. And here are some of the benefits. Number one, when you place your savings into an insurance policy, let's say whole life insurance policy, for one, you get a higher interest rate because it's based upon, I think it's the S&P 500, which historically, of course it has some dips, but historically it continues to increase, and to the point where my whole life insurance policy is receiving about a 5% return each year. Okay, so a lot greater than what you receive in a savings account. The second reason why you should use your whole life insurance policy to get in real estate, which I get to shortly, if you are a family person, if you happen to have people that depend on you, you're a provider, whether it's your wife, your husband, your kids, or what have you, you want to have a death benefit. So God forbid, knock on wood, if something happens to you, at least you have an insurance policy that would take care of them financially. Maybe $1 million policy, right? But if you just kept your money in savings, sure, you can have a will and just give them the money in your savings account. It's best to have a death benefit in compared to just having your savings in a savings account. The third benefit that I want to outline is this, which relates to real estate. You can borrow against it. So let's say you put $100,000 in your whole life insurance policy, and it's receiving a 5% return. And let's say you borrow against it. So if you pull the money out of it, let's say you pull out $80,000. That $80,000, the interest rate that you pay on that might be 2 or 3%. So you're still making a positive return. You're still making a return off that $100,000 at 5%, but you're paying interest on the $80,000 maybe at 2.5%. So you still have a margin in which you're winning. Plus, you're using a system, you probably heard of this, it's called infinite banking, where you're using your current assets to pull the money that you need to borrow out of it without having to go to a Wells Fargo or Bank of America looking for capital. You just borrow against your life insurance policy. And you want to make sure that when you do pull the money out of your whole life insurance policy as a loan, you use that debt to acquire an income-producing asset, let's say a multifamily property. In that case, you want to make sure that the cash flow that you receive from that said property is greater than the operating expenses on the property. That's your property insurance, property management fees, taxes, all that good stuff, minus your debt service, your mortgage payment, and the minimum payment you're making to your whole life insurance policy because you got to pay it back. And then what's left over is the cash flow in your pocket. That's the profit in your pocket. All right, so let's recap. So we're using whole life insurance policy to get into real estate for the following 3 reasons. Number 1, you get a higher interest rate. Number 2, death benefit. And number 3, you can borrow against it. Now, if you have additional questions about this, hey, I love to keep my ears to the street, so I love to check out the comments. So make sure you drop a comment. And speaking of comments, if you're interested in learning more about this particular topic, about how you can invest in multifamily real estate using creative financing, we have a free training for you. So just check the link below in the description to learn more. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. As always, guys, this is to your success. Continue to earn passively, live passionately. Peace.